Hey guys, welcome to Galaxy Sparkles, where I turn imagination into reality. Thank you for tuning in and giving me a few minutes of your time. Leave a comment below and let me know how my craftsmanship has came along. Also like and share this video. And if you'd like to watch my progression as a one-stop shop, subscribe and let us take the journey together. Galaxy Sparkles. Good morning, guys. It's Friday, December 20th, 2024, and it is currently 32 degrees outside, and it is cold, let me tell you. Today, we are going to reproduce the philosophy ring, only we're going to make it better. Last time I did 2 rows on the bottom of the triangle, and today we're going to just definitely improve on the quality and craftsmanship. We're going to focus on the quality and craftsmanship of the philosophy ring and see if we cannot create it any better than we did a few days ago. So y'all stay tuned and let's begin this process of the philosophy ring number 2. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. This is what we have came up with. We've actually come up with a half round wire. I kept trying to make it square, but it kept becoming oblonged. It kept wanting to twist in the middle on me, so I did come up with a half round. And we will begin the process. I'm going to anneal it, pickle it, and we're going to start forming our square and our triangle inside the square. And we'll see y'all in just a minute. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. Alright guys, as you can see, I've got it nice and soldered up. I added some extra solder in each corner and at the very top where the triangle is going to go, so I don't touch it and have to move it around. The solder's already there. I just got to set it in, heat it up, and adhere the 2 pieces together. So here we go. I'm going to get this pickled. I got to go out in the garage and make a little bit more material, and I shall see you right back at the bench. Y'all hang tight. Alright guys, this is what we have came up with. It's much more uniform in the corners. I did get it a little off at the bottom corner. I could have left each corner a little longer. I just didn't angle it properly. But my top corners right up here. Alright guys, this is what we have came up with. We are much more uniform up in the top corners. Much more precision than the one from a couple of days ago. My bottom pieces could have extended just a little bit on the insides. The outsides are just right. My insides are a little short. I didn't do it quite right. So that's just still lacking craftsmanship. But it is much better, in my opinion, than the one yesterday, because the top corners are much more uniform than the one on the left. We don't have the extra foundation under the triangle, under the pyramid. And the circle is much more cleaner, in my opinion. So let's solder this thing up, and we'll go from there, guys. So here we go. Y'all hang tight. Let's solder this up together. Here we go. Alright guys, I'm going to quench it, pickle it, and we're going to begin forming it to a ring. I'm going to put a back on it to make it nice and beautiful so that you're looking not just down into a hollow shell. We're actually going to have create some depth tight stuff to it, so it has a little bit of depth looking and all that cool stuff. So here we go, guys. Y'all hang tight. Let's quench it, pickle it, and I'll see y'all back in just a few minutes. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, I got a piece of 2-inch copper delivered to me yesterday for Christmas, so that was real nice. One of my plumbing friends had a scrap piece of 2-inch copper, and he gave it to me, so I got 2 feet of 2-inch, and I got still approximately 6 feet of 1.5 inches over there, so I have enough material here to last me a little while. So what I plan on doing is just going to cut me a little, probably a 1-inch wide piece off of this 2-inch. We're going to saw it in half. We're going to flatten it on the mill, probably down to 3/4 of a mil, and use it as a backing on the square, triangle, circle. All right, guys, here we go. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, we're going to take our jeweler saw here and we're going to cut us a little slice of this off. We're going to run it out to the mill and flatten it out real nice so we have us a nice backing on that top piece. I'm using a 08 saw blade. It seems to be a much more coarse blade than the 01. Let me know in the comments. That's just what it feels like by feel. Let me know if that's proper terminology, more coarse. The 01 seems to be more finer of a blade. All right, guys, I got my ring formed here. I'm just not quite sure how I'm going to execute it yet. I like to do something a little fancy. I don't know if I'm going to solder the ring together and just put it on top, or create some sort of... You guys hang tight. Let me get the piece out of the pickle, and we'll see what we're going to come up with. So you all hang tight. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we got a gap right there where the plate meets the bottom there, and I'm going to try to fill that gap right there. So y'all hang tight. Let's see if we can make that happen. Here we go. Alright guys, we got it all nice and soldered up. Alright guys, it is grade time on the bench. This is the final ring. This is what we came up with. There are some flaws in it, but in my opinion, it is definitely better than the one we created yesterday, which was what the point of this ring today was to improve my quality, improve my craftsmanship. The overall width of the inside here is more symmetrical than the one from the other day, where this one's way off balance. This one here is a lot closer. I could have made this a little bit tighter down here at the very bottom, but it just didn't work out that way today. I still have a lot of improvement to make, a lot of improvement still yet to make, but it is definitely better quality than the one I created the other day, in my opinion. The bezel, or whatever you want to call it, is still a little lopsided. It got a little cattywampus, however that happened, I'm not quite sure. I mean, that's a good 25, 30 degree lean right there. We got some of that lean-to action happening right there. So I don't know what created all that, but there's definitely some lean to it. But overall, in my opinion, it is definitely better than the one I created the other day. I even had the separation in the ring, where this one here, I just attached it straight to the ring. The entire, if that makes sense, it was a round ring, and I just attached the bezel to the top of that one. Where this one here, I split the ring, and I laid it in there real nice, and it's just a little cattywampus. I cleaned up the insides real good. I took my Dremel and cleaned up the insides of the ring real good, trying to just improve on quality, improve on craftsmanship. And in the future, I will be getting a polisher, but at this time, there's just no sense in polishing this stuff because it's just not grade B or grade A quality. We're still in the C's, D's, and F's at this time. And speaking of grading, I am going to grade this particular ring a C-, just because it is much better than this particular ring, and I just believe it's a C-. And if you think differently, just leave it in the comments. I'd like for you to grade the ring as well. Grade my quality, grade my craftsmanship, grade my improvement. This is only my 8th or 9th ring creating. I would like to recreate the box clasp I made the other day, but I just don't have the ability to do any better at this time. I just don't think I'm quite good enough to get to that point yet. But in the next month or so, I'm definitely going to try another box clasp. But for today, this philosophy ring number 2 is much, much better, in my opinion. Leave it in the comments what you all think. Thank you for tuning in. If you stayed this long, thank you. And like always, I'm going to send out a huge energy ball, full of energy, full of joy, full of love, full of connectedness. Coming at you. All right, guys, catch that if you can. We'll see y'all tomorrow.